Several years ago, we bought a 1960s fixer-upper that needed a lot of love. So over the past few years, we've been going room by room and turning this house upside down. We've nearly finished all of the interior rooms in this house, so now we're ready to turn outside and put our attention on this sunroom. And if you've been following our journey, you know that this sunroom started looking way different than it does today. And it wasn't until a massive hailstorm that we found out this room wasn't actually up to code, which gave Andrea the chance to completely redesign this space. But now, over 2 years later, Andrea would like to give this room a facelift to make it more functional and more beautiful. In last week's video, we tackled the first big problem with this space, and that was its lack of air control. So with a brand new mini split all installed, this week, Andrea is ready to do a ton of DIY projects, hit some really frustrating roadblocks,
Why is it doing that?
and make some big progress in this sunroom makeover.
Alright, well, our sunroom project got a little bit bigger 2 days ago because our washing machine finally bit the dust.
Bye, bud. It's been real knowing you.
We found out it's going to cost more to fix it than it's even worth, and so we just bought a new washer and dryer, which is kind of great because I have been wanting a top load washer anyway because this thing just stinks. Like literally, it smells bad and I can't keep it from stinking and I don't like it at all. And so that's not like the worst thing ever, but it does mean that I need to change this whole configuration over here, and we've got to pull this counter space off so that we can get some top load washer and dryer set in there.
First thing I needed to do was take out this wooden countertop that I installed several years ago, and it was a little bit trickier than I had anticipated.
Keep wiggling it. There you go.
After trying for several minutes and failing, I decided to move on to disconnecting the washing machine because the delivery guys were here with our new washer.
What are you doing in here?
Trying to disconnect the washer and dryer. It smells back here.
Thankfully, I was able to get the washer and dryer out without any trouble and just in time for the delivery guys to take the broken washing machine and bring in the new washer and dryer.
You reading the magazine?
Do not add gasoline
Oh.
to your washing machine. Oh my
Glad
God.
to know that I was going to. Okay.
That's in here because somebody has done it.
That's probably for those people who are kind of like this. All right, today, guys, we're going to see what happens when we add a bunch of gasoline into this washer right here. It's going to be incredible.
So I was having a little trouble getting this out with lifting it up. And so I'm going to take the supports off the wall here so I can try and flip it down. It's just a really tight fit.
Even with all of my supports removed, I was still having trouble getting this thing out.
I don't know how to get this out.
Finally, success. After I got everything out, it was time to clean up this space before I installed the new washer and dryer. Next, I was ready to install the new washer and dryer, and step one was installing new water lines.
And while Andrea was making progress in the sunroom, I decided to come inside and make a pretty exciting phone call. Hey, I was just gonna check, are you guys open today?
Yes, we're open today.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, we will see you in a few hours. Thank you.
Do you think it would be weird to do a cabinet like right here instead of having the washer and dryer on one side?
I think you're asking the wrong guy.
Alright, so we've got the washer all installed. Now I need to get the dryer installed. I did buy a new cord for it, but they sent me the 4-prong one instead of the 3-prong one, which is what I need for our house. Thankfully, the cord from our other dryer is pretty new. It looks like it's in great shape, so I'm just going to attach that one. They usually recommend getting a new one, but I think since it's it looks so new still, I'm just gonna use that one.
I was having quite a bit of trouble getting a lot of these screws out, and I figured out later that my drill bit was really worn down, so here's a little reminder to use fresh drill bits.
Are just all of these really tight?
Thankfully, I got the dryer cord all installed properly and was able to hook up the new dryer. With the new washer and dryer all installed, it was time for our first outing of this project.
Really quick, we want to say thanks to Sothing for sponsoring today's video. They sent us their Sothing Star Heater Humidifier Combo that features a quad-core heat management system and dual air circulation system to heat up the room rapidly and evenly. I love that it also has a humidifier feature so it keeps the air nice and comfortably moist while you're running your heater. It also has 6 safety features to keep you and your loved ones safe. It features a whisper quiet sleep mode, so if you want to run it while you're sleeping at night, you don't have to worry about the noise keeping you awake. As you can see, it also has a very unique appearance, and with the ambient light turned on, it looks more like a home decoration than a space heater. Our sponsor has also offered to give one of you one of these space heater humidifier combos for free. You simply have to comment below, and the comment with the most likes will get the free heater. So if you're interested in this product, be sure to check out the link in the description, and don't forget to leave some kind of creative comment below. All right, the next big thing we need to do is make a supplies run for our laundry room project. First, we're gonna go pick up cabinets, and then I actually wanna go look at countertops because I was doing the math and I think that getting remnant pieces of countertops could be the same price or close to the same price as doing butcher block on our own. So if it is, I think I'd prefer the actual granite countertops. When buying pre-built cabinetry, we generally go to this warehouse in town because the quality is usually quite a bit better and the box is actually built out of wood versus particle board.
Look at this Atlas, man. All right, we're ready to roll, baby. So what do you think about our trees having some actual color on them in the fall here? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody up north is gonna be laughing so hard at that. But we are far enough south, like we're not that far from Houston, to where we usually get like very little color variation in our trees. It's like green and brown.
And now we've got yellow as well.
There's exciting. A couple of red and orangish colors too.
Once we got to the granite yard, I started by looking through all of their remnant pieces of countertop.
And if you've known Andrea for any amount of time, you know she loves some good old countertops.
I love looking at countertops. They're so pretty.
I was looking for either a dark soapstone or a black leathered granite, and there were quite a few options to choose between.
She needs the paint sample, so Aaron boy's gonna get it. Yeah. And as you might expect, she was having a little trouble finalizing her selection. Decisions, decisions, decisions. If there weren't enough options outside, well, there's 3 times as many inside, and that's what we need. All right, good progress. Yeah? Did we make a decision?
Yes, we did. I really like it.
We've only been here for 7.5 hours.
All right, I am so happy with the piece that we found. They had just enough of it, and it is so pretty. It's a granite, but it has a little bit of veining, so it looks kind of like a soapstone. I love the look of it. It has a honed finish, so it's not gonna be polished and really shiny, which I also love. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a lot more durable than the piece of wood countertop that it's a temporary countertop that I've had there for a couple of years now.
The only monkey wrench with the countertops is that they don't have the ability to install it until after Christmas. And that's a few weeks after we had set the deadline to finish this project. So we're in a little bit of a pickle here.
I have asked them, hey, can you cut it? I will come pick it up and I will install it myself. And we have done that. So I asked her, hey, if we can get you the sink, can you guys cut this faster? We'll get it and we'll install it, since it's just like, you know, it's 2 smaller pieces. And so she said that'll make it faster, so hopefully we'll get it in time.
But are you actually qualified to do that?
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
All right, so while we were picking up countertops, they called and said the paint is ready, so we're gonna go grab that on our way home.
Saddle again. And once we got back home, we couldn't start any more work without brunch. What do we got going here?
Some bacon fried eggs, man. I love this thing. It's not sponsored, but it should be, because I tell everybody. Alright, I'm ready to bring the cabinet in, babe. I want to see how it looks.
This is just real life. We just got a load of laundry going in the background.
I know, it's such a mess in here. It's going to be really nice to just get this like clean.
And after lunch, we were ready to unload the new cabinet and set it in place.
Oh, what are you trying to do? No, leave it open.
Let me do the secret move, babe.
I feel like you're going to break that cabinet. That's going to be expensive. Whoa, I'm sorry I doubted you. Would you think it was funny if I told you I didn't hit record?
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, wow. What? Fancy. I like that.
You like that? You like that?
I do. I was thinking it was going to be shorter for some reason. I couldn't remember how tall the cabinets are. Okay, next I'm going to try and take that shelf off of there because I do want it a little bit lower. I don't think it's even attached. Like, I mean, it's just sitting on top of the wall support, so it should be pretty easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby.
Okay, so several months ago, over the summer, we had like a dirt dauber infestation. These doors get left open a lot, but they were like going nuts, and I could not get the kids to leave the door shut. I mean, in their defense, our back door is kind of hard to get it to stay shut, so I'm going to switch the handles on that, but there are dirt dauber nests in a lot of places in here, but there's one. All right, next I want to get our little cabinet area, or what do you call this, sink area, all emptied out, cleared off, because one, we need to give the sink to the countertop guys when they come to measure, and two, I'm actually going to repaint this the color that we just got. It'll be a surprise. Well, maybe it's not. Did we show it? I'm not very good at talking in complete sentences. I'm sorry. Dean likes to point that out to me. So now I'm going to be clearing off this entire area so that we can get it all ready to paint tomorrow.
Boom, done. That's all we needed. You did it. Oh, my freedom sword. Freedom!
We need to figure out. Oh, look. These are for my little nephew Nico when he comes to visit. We gotta find a picture. He's a funny dog. My baby gun, and is this a knife?
No, that's a multi-tool thing, man.
I went ahead and got everything cleared off of the sink cabinet and also took down the artwork because I have plans for something a little different here.
The transformation is looking incredible, babe. I can see it already.
All right, so before I can like pull this piece out, I need to turn the water off and then disconnect the plumbing to the bottom of the sink, which is pretty easy to do. I had to think about that for a little bit.
Yeah, you really paused there for a while.
Well, I was like, it looks different than it normally does. Oh, so easy.
Thankfully, this went exactly as planned and I was able to pull out the sink with no problems.
Okay. Oh.
I also went ahead and disconnected the old faucet because I just ordered a new one for in here.
All right, so I got the sink out. We are going to be reusing the same sink because it is perfectly fine. It's just I need to clean it really good. But next, I'm going to go ahead and take this old countertop. It's like literally, it was just a cheap piece of wood. Stained it black, but then the stain looked terrible, so then I painted it black over that. And it's worked fine for a few years. But we're going to pull this off to get ready for countertop measurements. This was pre-filming YouTube days that I built this. Is that water pouring off somewhere? Oh, there's a lot of water on there.
Getting a little early design look here.
Hanging it by the package.
Because it's time for that. We just took the countertop off.
It's still a mess. I know it looks like a complete mess, but I'm actually getting really excited. Because I know we said this earlier, but originally the washer dryer area was not a part of the plan. But literally like 2 days before we started this project, or before, like when we were still in the planning mode, our washing machine broke. But I've always wanted, you know, or not always, ever since I got a front loader, I've wanted to go back to a top loader. And so now we're redoing this.
And before we go any further, we want to pause and share a really exciting announcement that could involve you. I am actually preparing to mentor 25 students who want to start a quality YouTube channel in 2024. I am super excited to actually open up an online YouTube mentorship program. And within this mentorship program, I'm going to lay out my whole system for how I approach YouTube, There's gonna be action steps for you to take, so I'm telling you this is exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. Plus, we'll have live group coaching calls each week where we'll actually see each other face to face and you'll get to ask your hard questions and meet up with a group of people who are going on the same journey that you are.
He's been preparing for this for so long, and I'm excited for him to get to pour into more people because he really does love doing it.
I do love this stuff and I love to pour this into other people. And so if you're someone who's been excited about starting a YouTube channel and you think you might want to be a part of this YouTube mentorship program, then check out the link in the description below and you can sign up for my newsletter where I'm going to be sharing more about my journey on YouTube as well as letting you know all of the details about the upcoming mentorship program. Yo, what do you got going on here?
Ready for paint day.
Hang on. Could we see this, check this outfit for a minute?
I'm cold and I didn't want to get paint on.
One thing is for sure, your outfit looks very cozy, you know?
It is that. This is really warm.
I'd say you're ready to get to work, you know? Whoa, are you like a wrestler now or what?
The first step in the paint process was to lay out my paint tarps and to blow off all of the leaves.
All right, so I'm ready to start painting, or getting ready to start painting, but I need to pull out this cabinet as well as the little cabinet that goes between the washer and dryer.
And what is that sound we're hearing?
Another day, another load of laundry, man. But man, that thing works so much better than our other washing machine. So I've been pretty happy just to do laundry because I'm like, oh, it smells clean. It's not like musty smelling. Never get another front load washer again.
Next, I grabbed Dean's help to take the cabinets outside.
Will you carry this one? It's a little heavier. It's not as big, but it's like 4 times as heavy as that thing. Good job, babe. You're so strong. Oh, yeah. You can put that one on the tarp. You're so strong. Alright, next step is I need to give this thing a really good sanding.
I used my random orbital sander with 120 grit sandpaper to not only smooth out some of the imperfections, but also just roughen up the surface so my paint would better adhere to it.
So I did decide to keep the shelf that I already had up above my washer and dryer. I'm just gonna move it down, and I also want to paint it the same color as the cabinet below it. So I'm gonna give it a sanding real quick, but I think I also wanna disassemble it and then use a 1x2 instead of the 1x3 that's on the front of it, just so it's a little thinner. But either way, the top needs to be sanded, so I'm gonna sand that right now. No.
What?
That's too short, like by 4 inches. That stinks.
Success?
Success.
Nice. Perfection?
Perfection. All right, now that I have this the right length, I'm gonna go ahead and sand it a little bit just because it's like so dirty I can't really even see where the splinters are. So I'm gonna sand it and then I'll attach it, but I'll probably need to sand it again later once I fill my nail holes.
Next, I grabbed my brad nailer to attach the 1x2, and this turned out to be one of the most frustrating parts of this entire project.
Oh no! What the heck?
This is going well. No comment. That means she is not happy right now. Second try.
Don't understand.
Attempt number 3. Here we go. Are we doing anything differently, or are we doing the exact same thing and hoping for different results?
I flipped the board over. I'm hoping now at least maybe it'll shoot out the bottom of the board. It worked. I just needed to flip it over apparently.
And just when we thought things were going better, then they weren't.
Ah! Ah! Why is it doing that? attached. Now I just need to fill these nail holes. We'll get to painting eventually. Alright, while I have my saw set up, I want to go ahead and cut a support or two for the middle of this. You can see it's sagging. It'll come right back up if I get like another leg stuck under there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And I'm just measuring my height on the side here so I know how tall I want the middle part to be. I need some like weight. Whoa, it looks so much better. That's crazy. All right, now I'm gonna focus on getting this little cabinet ready. It's obviously, this is a new piece, so it's not like it's super rough, but there are a couple spots where I just wanna knock down the rougher spots, and then I'm gonna start disassembling it so we're ready to paint. We're getting closer. I'm gonna vacuum this thing off. I'll flip it over and vacuum the bottom because it's so gross. And then I'm gonna clean it with Crud Cutter and wipe it down really good. And then I think we will be ready to paint after that.
I'm pretty sure I say this every time I paint, but the prep process is always like a million steps, but it's definitely worth it in the end.
Yeah, painting is like an art form for Andrea, and she doesn't skip any of the steps.
Is this making it look really strong?
Yes, especially when I tell people that it weighs 347 pounds.
Last little thing, I'm just kind of getting everything situated. I'm going to put the drawer front, and this is the shelf for the inside of the cabinet. I'm going to lift them up on little paint tripods and then get my paint sprayer set up.
I can barely hear you. It's so windy.
I know, this is not a very good day to paint. All right, we're ready to paint. Oh shoot, except my toe kick. I need to cut the toe kick for the cabinet, and then we'll be ready to paint. All right, perfect.
Now we're ready?
Now we're ready.
And finally, after all of the paint prep, I was ready to start spraying. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that I always prime everything before I paint it, but in this case, I know that I am painting over a similar kind of paint, and this Benjamin Moore Command paint does not need a primer to adhere to it. I also decided not to prime my raw wood cabinet, and this really just meant that I would need a little more paint to get a nice good finish, but I knew that I had plenty of paint.
That's it for first coat.
Nice. And a couple of hours later, it was time for coat number 2.
It looks so gray outside.
Like I've said before, Andrea is a paint artist, and every time she paints, I feel like I'm watching an artist at work.
I ended up going with the color Indian River by Benjamin Moore, and it's a darker, warm taupe color that I feel like will complement this space perfectly.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well done. Finally, as the sun was going down, we were ready to bring these cabinets inside and see them in the space. Like where we're going with this. Well, hey, awesome job on the sunroom this week. And this is like so many other projects where it's like a million little steps to get to the end product, but we are making some serious progress.
Yeah, I am super excited about how everything is turning out, and really this project completely morphed like even just a few days before we even started it. I know we talked about this, but we weren't going to really be redoing over the washer and dryer area, which meant I wasn't even planning on painting the sink area, which also meant I wasn't planning on getting countertops at this point.
For real?
For real. We were just gonna do the mini split and kind of clean it up, maybe like change, you know, like add a rug and change the artwork. Like I was gonna add like a shelf above the sink, which now I think I'm gonna nix that. Anyway, it completely changed like literally 2 days before we started. And then of course, this project has other pieces that rely on other people, and so there's some things that are just out of our control, like scheduling when the AC is going to be installed and scheduling the countertops that we are still waiting on.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey there, this is Dean Davis, and we're just gonna call and see about countertop stuff, so talk to you later. Well, that's not good. Didn't even answer.
But we're going to finish it eventually, and I am so excited.
Next week. So you'll definitely want to stick around for next week as we finish this awesome sunroom. And of course, we do the grand reveal. So as usual, we'll catch you in the next episode, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Ready? Oh, my neck. Ow. Ready?
Yes.
Ow, it really hurts. We've been dealing with some neck. Dang it. It's like it just won't go completely away. And I'll be fine until I do that, until I turn it funny. Ow.
We're getting old, darling.
We're getting old. What's happening? Dean hurt his neck first, and then like the next day, I was like, oh no, I just tweaked something in my neck. Not like bad, but it's annoying.
Oh my God, you can see, we gotta get Scott. And we're live. What do you have to say for yourself? Nothing? Okay, very exciting. I'm here with Andrea Davis, the DIY wife, and she has nothing to say.
I'm not very good on the spot. I don't know what you want me to say.
Oh, dang it.
What?
Do you want me to go get a piece of gum?
I could never be a dentist.
Okay.
I would be the worst dentist.
Okay.
I hate mouth stuff.
Yes, she does, with a passion. I mean, she so dislikes mouth things that we can eat the same cookies before we start filming right here, and somehow she smells my breath and says, that's gross.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
But her breath is totally fine.
It's my fine smell.
Oh! I'm just
doesn't
kidding, it
stink?
smells like cookies.
Yours doesn't smell like cookies.
Yours
though.
smells like butt, actually.
Yours
I just didn't want to tell you that.
Yours doesn't. Does it really?
It smells like a pig butt.